19 total signees, 9 on offense, 10 on defense. 7 guys from the state of Ohio or Indiana, right close by. And then I think probably if you think about this class, probably the biggest thing that we went out after was size. I think this class, when you think about 8 offensive and defensive linemen, 4 and 4 on each side of the ball. I think we had 12 players that are 6'3" or better. Going to look more like Big 12 type players when you think about length and size. And these guys will obviously, get into the program. They will fill out. A bunch of them will be here in January. In at least 6 months we'll go through to be able to change their bodies in order to prepare to play. Right now also is recruiting high school players. That's what today is. But we're also recruiting our own team right now. As you're trying to get these guys back, the core guys come back off our team. And then signing this is great today and exciting today, but then next week we should open up the portal and we'll be adding guys in next week as well. So it's a busy time for us right now, but a very exciting time as well. I think the majority, everybody that we've been talking to, they want to be back. They want to come back. Obviously we got some guys that have a chance and opportunity to go at the next level, and they're going to weigh that and they're going to look at that and see. But the conversations have been going really, really good, and I think we should have some clarity in that over the next week. Potentially would go into the portal and get a running back, a guy who can come out and do some of the things that Corey did for us last year. And then I think the biggest need in the portal probably for us would be wide receivers. So we'll go out and need to get some playmakers at wide out. They can come in here and help us right away. That's probably the biggest need. And fortunately, wide receiver room in the portal is probably the most people out there that'll be in the portal. He's got a big upside, I think. And fortunately, we don't need him to have to play next year. I feel like come in and get a lot of reps. See where you are, and continue to develop and grow. But I think what we're working with him is a lot of ability. They have a lot of options out there, and they're just trying to find the best for them. And it's tough for them to know 100% what their best option is. And some of them are back and forth. And I think some of the guys that flip to us, obviously they're excited about this opportunity. Some of the guys that were on the fence and went somewhere else, they still loved us. They still they could see themselves playing here, but at the same time they're like, let me just try to go over here. We don't burn any bridges with any of these guys, because we all know. Look at Corey Connor was at LSU. He's here. Look at Joe Royer, who was right up the street, and now he's here. Had 50 catches. So when these guys end up going to these schools, it's maybe not the end of the road for them to be a Bearcat. So we don't burn any bridges. We'll see how their careers go in the next semester or two, because I do know that there could be opportunity later on down the road. Number one, it says we're great at evaluating. We're getting on some kids before they got anything. Like a lot of times we're their first offer. You're battling these schools that have been at the Power 5 level for a long time. They have 100,000 seat stadiums that have indoors that are ready, that have great football facilities that are already in place. So as you're battling these schools, that's what we're battling against. Now we're building a new facility that's going to be up and ready this summer, which will be awesome to be able to walk recruits through that. But the last 2 years we haven't had that, and so everything matters. To these recruits and these families, everything matters. And so, but we're not shying away from it. We're going to continue to recruit at that level, to try to bring in the top talent that we can throughout the country. And we're going to get our share.
Initially, we really want to go after big players. We want to win the trenches through high school. So you think about this class, we had 12 players signed now that I would consider in the trenches in the front 7, 2 linebackers, 2 D linemen, 4 O linemen, and 2 tight ends. Typically, those are the hardest positions to acquire in the portal. Big people are hard to find in the country. Think about it. If I'm a recruit, you visualize where you are as you're taking a visit, and if they're not able to walk through the finished product, it's hard to visualize where you are. They know it's coming, but they want to have their feet on the ground, see it. So going forward, that's going to be even a bigger thing. But that definitely helped with these guys. I know in the media now it looks like we lost a lot of guys, right, that decommitted. We care about the ones we got, and we won a lot of battles on guys down the stretch that isn't publicized as much. And that we're really happy about. So, and like you said, the new facility and the trajectory of the program did play into that, and being in the Big 12 and all the positive things we have going certainly plays into that.